Alright, we have not filmed in a couple days, so here are all the updates. November 15th, there was a rough situation. We were doing some photo shoots for little Ollie Man, and our mom kind of got overly mad, and me and Donny were very mad because situations like this in the past had happened, and we were kind of just venting about it to Doc, and Doc was mad because she didn't want us to see us that way, and our mom knocked on the door and started apologizing, which is something she doesn't really do often, but is very nice when she does. And me and Donny started crying in her arms. She just apologized in the best way possible. She told us what she did wrong, and she said, "I'm sorry. I wasn't even really mad. I just don't know why I did that. I had so much stuff going on, and the photo shoots, I wanted to get everything done." So she just explained very calmly and hugged us the whole time, and it was very wonderful, and a part of us definitely healed that day, and we felt thankfully a lot better that day. And then the day ended. I done a Christmas photo shoot and a Thanksgiving photo shoot. The photos turned out well. We don't have any of them, so we can't unfortunately show any of them, but the photos came out great. And everything went good, and then we just chilled and hanged out for the rest of that day. And then November 16th was also pretty chill. We caught up on some laundry, watched Ollie Man for a bit, and then we peeled over, I think, 30 potatoes. Sydney did, unfortunately, but we had fun. And that took like an hour to peel that many potatoes. We were making potato soup, and finally our pinched nerve fully healed. We have no more sharp pain, no more dull pain, no more pressure, no more any of that. Our pinched nerve is finally recovered, I think after a week. So we definitely had the injury for a while, but we are now very full recovered, which is great. And then November 17th was a very busy day. Filmed a podcast for about an hour. We went to the bank to deposit a bunch of change and dollar bills. Our older sister had a bunch of change and dollar bills for the bank, and they deposited it. It was $349 worth of dollar bills, $145 of change, and I think there was over 400 quarters. So there was a bunch of stuff they had to deposit. Thankfully, Doc helped with that. I stayed in the car to watch Ollie Man. Got some lunch, some pasta. Very good, by the way. And then we watched Ollie for about 2 or 3 hours that day. It was had a late shift of work, and so Dad was planning to watch Ollie for about 4 hours that afternoon, but it ended up me watching him for like 2 hours and 10 minutes. So half the time. So we both equaled half the time. I fed him, just kind of hanged out with him. It was fine. He just was a little fussy because he was napping on me and he woke up. So that was fine. Then November 18th, we done some chores around the house. Cash done some physical therapy. And this physical therapy is a little different. He hasn't done this in a while, about a month or 2 months. Scoliosis was getting quite bad to not our comfortable stages anymore. So we done spinal stimulation. Basically what it was, he had 4 pads on his back to straighten out his back and pressurize the left side to lift up. Basically kind of straighten out his back the best way we can without surgery, because we don't want to stunt his growth. And that basically helps for about an hour, and then we take it off, and basically that was his physical therapy. So it was a little different today. And we done some changes around our house. Don't have medically complex people, because our equipment takes over this entire house. My wife is organizing the house and trying to separate our medical equipment, so that way our nurses and staff and whatever people don't get confused. Some of it's still hanging up. This is how empty our house looks. It's our house. And this is the pile of medical equipment that came off the first floor. There might be old used equipment upstairs, but we don't use it anymore. This is in bins, by the way. A bunch, and this is not the medical equipment that I have literally on me. So, yeah, we have a bunch of equipment, and we're about to try to fit it all into bins. Alright, we are done 1 hour later. with all the medical changes. It's not that much, just some more accessible items for our nurses to do our care. Bathroom is pretty much the same. This is what everyone uses with stimulants and enemas. This is Emmy's colostomy stuff. This is our louvre for catheters. More enemas. This is my baby potty. We have catheters. And then we move on to my bedroom. We got my medical bin with my hearing aids, my different medications, my daily ones, my pacemaker batteries, my chucks pads, my water and hydration kits and spray bottles. Then we move to this back section with my suction tubes, my kits and infusions, my bags, my feeding blend bag, cancer chemo bags. All the way here is my BiPAP machine. There is my inhaler, my feeding tube, my trach supplies. This is for like wound care if I need any wound care at all. And these are little wipes to wipe my stomas and everything and clean around them. That's my BiPAP mask at night where that hooks up. It's my stomach med for Addison's disease and Riley's for ALS. And then I have my little bowl just in case for that's my whole bedroom that Sydney done. And this is my wheelchair charger. It's basically pretty simple. I back up, grab the charger, get in my chair, turn off the chair, and let it charge. Turn back on, get rid of it, and let me drive away. And so that's my bedroom, and now my husband's bedroom. I'll show you. Oh god, my feet are scraping. Gotta lower or raise a little more. These are my blend boxes. These are my son's diapers and some of Donny's diapers as well. And we have my bed, and this is my dog Sadie. This is just kind of a blend. We have my POTS medication, my Riley Zone, wipes and aspirin for my pain, gravity feeding tube and a syringe for my BiPAP, and spacer mask is underneath. This is my trach stuff. Is that a nut in the damn bag?
Oh my god.
It's in the bag. It's in there. What the fuck?
Get it out.
There's my inhaler, apple juice, spray bottle, my suction tubes, my chucks pad, more medicine that I need. Not a lot actually. That's catheters. And this is a chair charging thing. All I do is I pull up. And my nurse is behind me or would plug that in. And then all I do now to get out of the mechanism is I simply roll out.
Oh, wow.
And that's the charging station. And in my kids area right here, they don't have a lot, thankfully. This is mainly Cash's. They have both of their nebulizers, and that's Cash's spacer for his inhaler that's in his school bag. He has his therapy equipment and stuff in there. And there's their medicines. We got Cash's lotion for his eczema. We got Cash's diapers and Ethan's diapers. There's more under there. And then there's his catheters that he uses. They're smaller brand than adult brands. So that's our house. Not really many changes. Just more easier modifications to better help the nurses because we require a bunch of equipment and, you know, my water humidifier and ventilator stuff are like 3 machines are in my boat bag. My suction machine, water humidifier. Yeah. So we have a bunch of medical equipment, and what you just saw there was not all of it. So a bunch of this stuff is mainly daily use. That's basically our house tour, and that's kind of the new modifications that we got to make our nurses' lives easier. We basically put our medical supplies into separate bins so we wouldn't get too confused on which ones was ours. It wasn't like full on, like the house looks completely different. It was just some tweaking and modifications around the house. And that's basically it. We're planning just to hang out for the rest of the day, and we'll give you any more updates past November 18th. Basically all the updates I have. Thank you for watching. Also, we forgot to mention, we put up new Christmas decorations yesterday on our skeleton and for Poppy's area and Grandma's area of the gardens.
Poppy also has a Christmas tree.
Oh, he has his little ornaments.
Black and gray, and then there's the motorcycle Santa. And then the Sasquatch has a scarf. Grandma has a tree.
She has hippos on it.
Yep, little hippos on it.